Today, the Department of Justice and State Department are announcing a historic $50 million reward for information leading to the arrest of Nicholas Maduro. Maduro uses foreign terrorist organizations like TDA, Sinaloa, and Cartel of the Suns to bring deadly drugs and violence into our country. To date, the DEA has seized 30 tons of cocaine linked to Maduro and his associates, with nearly 7 tons linked to Maduro himself, which represents a primary source of income for the deadly cartels based in Venezuela and Mexico. Cocaine is often laced with fentanyl, resulting in the loss and destruction of countless American lives.
So the seemingly nonstop flood of migrants stretching resources to the max. It got so bad at a border town in Arizona. Border Patrol had to shut down several checkpoints further north and reassign the agents there to help process thousands of new arrivals. Chris Clem, retired Yuma Sector Border Patrol Chief, the new epicenter of the crisis. You're in Lukeville, Arizona. Chris, good morning to you. Nice to see you again, by the way. Always good to have you on. So Bill Malusian's down there yesterday. Yeah, he pops up yesterday with Dane and me, and he describes, as the sun's coming up, hundreds, maybe it was thousands, of single adult males from all over the world. Then he rolls this video of a hole in the wall, and they just come flooding in. And at the very end of the line, there's a smuggler, black hat, black face, throws his hands up in the air and salutes and walks away. We've asked you to make sense of this all the time, Chris. We can't. Can you?
Yeah. It's just in. President Trump says that he wants to change who gets counted in the U.S. Census.
Yeah, take a look. This morning he announced in a post on social media that he's ordered the Commerce Department to stop including undocumented migrants in future counts. Right now, the census counts everyone living in the U.S., no matter their legal status. That data decides things like congressional seats and federal funding. The next census count is not scheduled until 2030.
Right now,
Now we need to go into some spiritual aspects of things. And we've been talking about how America has been invaded by citizens from various different spiritual cities. Let me see if this is acting correctly today. And we went through the cities. Let me see if I can shrink this down so you can see it. And this is only a few of them. There's Sodom, there's Gomorrah, there's Hebron, there's Bashan, there's Moab, there's Babylon, there's Nineveh, right? And we went through Babylon, where there were false religions, idols, the persecution of the saints, and pride and sorcery. But let's just stay with Babylon real quick. Hopefully you can see that on the screen. And to someone who may say, well, Dark Waters, man, you don't know what you're talking about. All right. There was a time period since 2020 where literally pastors were arrested. Churches were told you had to close. By law, you had to close churches. Remember? By law, you had to close down. Remember the pastor in Florida? The one that was actually Trump's pastor, Rodney, forgot Rodney's last name. Excuse me, Pastor Rodney's last name. He was having church outdoors, and they came to arrest him, and he got arrested in Florida, in the red state of Florida. That was persecution of the saints. Pride, sorcery, all these things. So we have all these spirit cities mixed in to America right now. Some of them with ordinances from government. We had that. Then we had this invasion of all these people that come in from all these other cities. We had people from Sodom and Gomorrah come in. We had people from Moab come in. We had people from Hebron come in. We had people from Nineveh come in. We had Sumerians come into the United States of America. They came in from all over the world. We had people from Mecca come in. All over the world came into America. And now what's about to happen is they all about to get expelled. If you recall, we talked about, this was our original chart, and I'm going to make this a lot better, guys. I'm sorry. This is just my first run at this. Let's just look at it, right? So we had Assyrians, we had Babylonians, Assyrians, and what I would call people from Mecca. Now watch where we are. Babylonian, seduction, luxury, and idolatry. Deception and witchcraft. Heart and loyalty is what they target. Destruction and exposure is what God's judgment was. So it's going left to right. Now watch this. You got to understand the media is a part of the Babylonian system. Why? Because they use deception and witchcraft on people every day. So a part of the Babylonian system that's being broken is the media. So when you see, oh, this person lost their show and this person lost their show, and it's possible that The View could lose its show. It's God's judgment on that portion of Babylon. Right? Now, when you start talking about his judgment, let's see what his judgment is on it. Destruction and exposure. So we see those shows being first of all those people in the media were exposed. Remember, Donald Trump. The news is fake. The fake news, I'm so tired of the fake news, fake news, fake news. Nobody said fake news before Donald started saying fake news. There was no fake news. He coined the phrase fake news. Fake news, fake news, fake news. Then people picked up the term fake news, fake news, fake news. We talking about 2016 to 2025. We almost talking about 10 years of this system being destroyed. Are you getting it? I hope y'all getting what I'm saying. Now watch with the Assyrians. They here too. Domination, fear, warfare, terror, siege. They attack your will and your safety, and they end up being overthrown. Overthrown. So if I'm looking for where the Assyrians are and what's going on with the Assyrians, how can I identify people who are the spiritual citizens of Assyria? When I go into the news, I'm looking for people who rule by fear and domination, terror and siege. And then they target our will and our safety. Oh, they all over the place. This is what the squad was. They were a bunch of damn Assyrian, Babylonian, and Samaritan women. They got all the damn citizenships. Don't believe me? Oh my goodness. Don't believe me. Just watch. Now we're going back in time to take a look at the squad. This is when this squad member actually had hair on her head before she went bald headed and got cursed and lost all her hair. They were much younger. This is before AOC rose to the position where she is. This is before Iliad Omar or whatever got on the foreign whatchamajigam committee. This is before all this. This is when they first came out. And you may say, well, James, why you saying these women? Because if you go back in that moment in time, it was 4 women, 2 Muslims, 1 black, 1 damn whatever your girl is, and they were actually using terror, female emotions, to try and terrorize the whole nation. They were the initial plants. Back then, there was no invasion. The invasion was slowly coming along. Remember, this is when Donald Trump was in office. This is 2016, 17, 18, right? 19. They come in. And here comes the squad.
Tweets and words from the president are simply a continuation of his racist and xenophobic playbook.
This is the agenda of white nationalists.
This is a disruptive distraction from the issues of care, concern, and consequence to the American people.
He does not know how to defend his policies. So what he does is attack us personally.
The squad is 4 members of Congress who have a lot in common. They all got elected in 2018. A number of them overthrew sitting Democratic lawmakers to win their primary. They're all relatively young, they're all savvy on social media, and they're all women of color who tend to skew toward the liberal spectrum of Democratic politics. They kind of appropriated this name from pop culture and gave it to themselves. It's like a term that refers to a clique, a tight-knit community, but it's something they've used to bestow on their supporters as well, a way to signal like that you're with them. President Trump has gone all in on trying to paint the Democratic Party as socialist, which helps his re-election chances, polls right now show. And he's using Ocasio-Cortez as example 1. Like if conservatives don't go out and vote in 2020, you're going to end up with people like her governing America. Pelosi and these liberal lawmakers have been battling out in public over this border aid bill and their vote. President Trump jumped in and tried to exacerbate these divisions between these liberal lawmakers and their House Democratic leader, which led him to this tweet accusing these women of being immigrants and telling them to go back to their countries of origin.
It doesn't concern me because many people agree with me. And all I'm saying, they want to leave, they can leave.
The Republicans have gone all out in trying to villainize these four lawmakers.
In retrospect, Donald Trump was right, wasn't he? Ain't they a bunch of damn socialists and communists? In retrospect, now I want you to realize this is 6 years ago. Washington Post, 6 years ago, they were talking about this. In retrospect, the man was right. In retrospect, all of you were right. Everybody was right about them. They are communists and socialists and retarded, crazy Jezebels. Yeah. And fast forward to the day. This brings me to what I want to say. I got through all that to get to right here with you. Let's go to the news. Trump says his plan, when doing the right thing, is a constitutional challenge. So we know that Donald Trump is getting ready to do a census. And I think I'm going to go to, I don't know what, Antonio, why would you say this? Antonio's my boy. Let me see what Antonio's talking about. President Trump is calling for a new census that would exclude illegal aliens from the population count. Trump explicitly declared people who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census, which makes sense. You're not a damn citizen. Why should you be counted in the census? Under the current system, all residents in the area are counted regardless of legal status. As a result, sanctuary cities and states, rather than being penalized for violating federal immigration law, are effectively rewarded with additional congressional representation. Okay, I'm on the same page with you, Antonio. Trump's proposal makes sense from a Democratic standpoint, as it will provide a fair representation to legally registered voters. Makes sense. All right. And they can't legally vote. Well, why? Constitutional scholars maintain that the phrase "the whole number of persons in each state" will deliberately be chosen by Congress in 1866 after rejecting a proposal for citizenship based on count. Any changes to how the census is conducted would require amendments to the Census Act and approval from Congress. Let me go back up. The first census in 1790, administered by George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, counted every inhabitant, including many foreign-born residents. And 8 signers of the Declaration of Independence were themselves foreign-born. While it has been the convention to include undocumented immigrants in a census, past practice does not make a constitutional requirement. Okay, I got you. So what Antonio Grasafo is saying, my homie, Antonio, let me show y'all Antonio Grasafo. There he is right there, but it's not giving a big picture of him. Shout out to you, Antonio. What he's saying is, as he goes to do this, there's going to be a constitutional challenge to it because the left is going to say, oh, you have to count everybody. You know, that was the dastardly thing about the Democrats' plan of opening the borders. They knew it would get to this point. That's why I tell you that these people have supernatural, off-world, otherworldly information. Because you're predicting 10 steps out into the future. Imagine you're competing against somebody who goes out in 2016. They go set a trap for you in 2025. 26, 27, and 28. Just lay a landmine out there for you. 10 years later, you just move it along. You hit the landmine that they planted back then. It's why? Because they have off-world, otherworldly, supernatural help from Satan. Which is why the children of God and the sons of God, the Christians in this nation, cannot be so emotional. You can't cut off your nose to spite your face because your enemy stays in lockstep. Yeah. They stay in complete and total lockstep while you like, oh, I can't believe Donald said that. Oh my God, I'm never, ever, ever voting again. While your enemy's like, yes, we will put bombs out there. Plant the landmines in 2030. Release the Harvard report. Release the Harvard report now. And in 2025, when the comet is coming, we will tell them aliens are arriving. We need that we need that for November when Donald Trump starts to arrest people. They got off-world help, man. Hold on. Tucker Carlson said it best. And you got to understand, Tucker Carlson was a cultural Christian. What does it mean to be a cultural Christian? It means, no, he wasn't. Tucker Carlson just recently got saved when he had those scratches on his back. I take that back. So I'm sorry, Tucker, I just lied on you. The average cultural Christian, what I mean by cultural Christian is you believe in Christian culture. Like, I go to church on Sunday, I say my prayers, and before I go to bed, a little now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. You bless your food, but you live your life and you don't really worry about things of the spirit. They don't even register to you. Satan ain't attacking you because you ain't no threat to him. You don't pose no threat. Your bloodline poses no threat. You sleep with no problems. You never have dreams. It's all darkness. It's just, hey, my life is great. Everything is good. I'm fantastic. Everything's great. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. But then you get to the point to where you understand there's a war raging right next to you. Yeah. There's a war raging right next to you. For those of you listening to me right now, you do realize there's a realm called the dream realm, right? As everybody is sleeping at some point in time, somebody's sleeping right now. That realm of dreams is right next to you. You just can't see it. Then people will come out and be like, oh, there's 13, 14 dimensions. And, the human eye can't see into all the dimensions. No shit, Sherlock. Duh. Oh, you don't understand, James. I have the knowledge. Have you ever read the scrolls of Egyptian booty holes? Have you ever read the angel scrolls of blue dye? Shut up. You don't know anything. I have all this knowledge. I have all this power. And then they sitting there starving to death. Sitting there, no relationships. Sitting there, no influence. But you got all the knowledge, huh? Anyway, let me stop. I don't know how Alex Jones do it. How he keep, and I ain't even going on my methylene blue yet. I got watered down iced coffee. Tucker, talk a little bit, my friend. The interesting thing about Tucker Carlson is he tries so hard not to say so much that he says a lot when he's trying so hard not to say so much. Yeah. He spills the beans when he's trying not to spill the beans while he's trying to avoid things. First of all, let me say this. There are supernatural, off-world entities that have been in control of man, government structures throughout the whole existence of humanity. The Bible talks about them. The Bible talks about spirits that were in partnership with men. The Bible talks about people having wars and people sacrificing their babies on the wall and other gods manifesting and all the rest of this other stuff. So we know that there's these off-world entities, whether you call them UFOs or aliens, they ain't of this dimension that are made manifest into this dimension and influence men. It's plain and simple. Now, I want to say this about Tucker. You see, Tucker was grafted into the war. Remember, Tucker went to his cabin in the woods. He was reading the Bible, and then someone astral projected with a demon, and they put a scar where they scratched him from the front side of his belly all the way around to his back. No, that was Jesus said, hey, come on over here. Let me lift this hedge and let you get in this war. Yeah. You're going to get in this war. You're going to get some of this smoke. And then his trajectory on this issue turned like this because he had an encounter. Encounters lead to changes in people's mindsets and belief systems. Some men, logical men, like Tucker, have to have some type of encounter. It's better if you have an encounter with Jesus himself so you won't get all beat up and scratched up. But sometimes when it's time for war and you're in a place of war, then you're going to have an encounter with something that touch on you. It's going to be like, oh, let me touch on you and grab it. And you'll be like, what the hell is that? What the hell going on? And I guarantee you, Tucker realized right then and there that the name Jesus worked. Yeah. He came to the realization that the name Jesus is above every other name. But he had to learn it. He had to learn it, baby. Now, we truly understand. We're going back to the beginning of where we've been in this whole time. Tucker just talks about other things, supernatural beings controlling nations, not just America, other nations. And we come back to our chart. We just walk over here. We walk back to our chart. And we go back to what we was talking about. Now let's take a look at. We talked about the Babylonians. And you remember, he used to be a citizen of Babylon because he was in the media. When he was in the mainstream media, lying, twisting, manipulating. Because it's the same thing whether you're doing it for the Republicans or the Democrats. You can try and justify it. He was a damn Babylonian. Yeah. He was a Babylonian. Using deception and manipulation, which is witchcraft. Now, I'm not even going to say the other part, but we know the judgment is destruction and exposure. So he had his come to Jesus moment.